everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Three-Man Weave. I'm your host, Jesse Kass, and once again joined by two very impressive, incredible gentlemen, back for the third straight time. Nican Robinson.
Repeating.
We talked about the three-peat, and you're here. You made it. And on my right, we got Dan Mavraides. Dan, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Jesse. It's good to be here, man.
Yeah, let's toast our beers and let's have some fun, talk some basketball here today.
Happy
Cheers.
Sunday. Happy playoff NBA Sunday.
Yeah, happy playoffs, and let's introduce Dan a little bit. You played at we knew each other from middle school originally, but you played at Princeton, and talk a little bit about your time at Princeton. We know last episode we were talking about the NCAA tournament. You had experience in the tournament going up against Duke and some really cool moments. So what was that like for you?
Yeah, that was great, man. So Princeton, I graduated in 2011. My freshman year was interesting in that we were the worst team in Princeton basketball history.
Wow.
So we had that going for us. I think we were 6-23. Tough year.
Yeah.
Because we had not only one 12-game losing streak, but two.
Wow.
So 5 a.m. practices were there every day. People were coming back from going out, and I was getting tapes to get on the court. That was a rough year, but full circle senior year, we pulled it together, and we made it to the tournament. We won our league. We actually had a pretty epic moment. One of my teammates hitting a buzzer-beating shot at the end to go to the tournament.
Yeah.
In our Ivy League one-game playoff. No conference tournament at the time.
Yeah, just a conference championship game.
14-game tournament. You drop one or two, it was tough. You play Friday, Saturday nights. Ivy League was a tough league. It was very, usually pretty good competition throughout.
Yeah.
And everyone knew your stuff so well, as in every conference, it's the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So great experience. We lost to Kentucky by 2. Brandon Knight hit a game-winning layup out of bounds, falling with like a second left. He had 0 points the whole game. I manned him. It was not me. It was the team. It was just like, force him here. Everyone trap him. Hands up, please. Yeah. But they had a good team. 4 or 5 NBA guys. And that was his first 2 points of the game. But still, an amazing experience. So fun to do it. March Madness. I mean, it's a sporting event unlike anything else.
Yeah, what was it like? We talked, Nican, with you about it, and you can tell some of your experiences as well. But being a part of March Madness, something that even people that aren't really college basketball fans get into because of just kind of the magical moments that happen through it. What was it like taking part in it?
Yeah, exactly right. It's magical. I mean, that's just all it is. The propensity of last-second shots to go in is just higher than it should ever be. It doesn't make sense.
It happens every year.
There's 2.5 seconds left, and they have a 3/4 court pass, and they have a timeout. Oh, the defense is going to lose. Sucks. Yeah. It's March.
That's how you describe it. It's March.
No matter how they throw it up, whether it's behind
it doesn't matter.
Head,
it goes in. It's like a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. Literally on like real life. Every time.
Yeah. Nican, you have any buzzer beating experiences in your time in the tournament?
I have to say no. I didn't beat any buzzers, but definitely the most memorable one was at UCLA when we were playing Gonzaga, and we ended up having that epic comeback in Oakland.
Absolutely.
There were still no buzzer beaters in that, but still we fought back, and I think it was Luke Rich and Bob Moute ended up stealing, like reaching over and stealing the ball from somebody, and the clock wound down, and we ended up winning. It wasn't a buzzer beater, but we.
But that is one of the big marks.
Oh my God, we're going to the Final Four. They still. I see it sometimes advertised on Dove on Instagram. I haven't got any residuals.
Well, make sure you get some. And hold on on that game, because announcing in the West Coast Conference, I see Gonzaga all the time. But what were your thoughts? I mean, you obviously don't notice in the moment you're in tune to the game, but the whole thing with like Adam Morrison, I didn't care that he cried. My thing was that there was still 3 seconds on the clock and that Gonzaga could have won the game.
Nah, I don't think they could. It was over. Once he knew it. That's why he laid down, face down, and good for Aaron Flalo. He's a good guy. Pick him up and be like, hey man, you got to get up because the cameras are watching.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Stop that.
You have to do that.
Stop that. Get up.
That is a good thing about March too, though. That you still get that other side of it with the sportsmanship.
Absolutely, we try.
But Dan, we were talking a little bit before the show with you. You've continued your career in basketball, and something that maybe not a lot of people in America are very familiar with, but 3-on-3 basketball. You played in Fiba tournaments. You played representing Team USA. So tell the people a little bit about what exactly this 3-on-3 basketball entails and how you got into it.
Yeah, I will totally. So there's 2 avenues right now in 3-on-3 basketball that are emerging. You have on the federational side, on the country side, that's the international play. You have the Olympics in 2020, which is going to be in Tokyo, Japan. And that's the first time, you have another event for like a major big three sport, right? You know what I mean? To have another basketball event is totally cool.
Yeah.
Events like swimming have, I don't know how many, but it's probably dozens,
Too many.
A lot.
So I think to have, automatically such a mass, a sport that has such a mass following, to introduce that is going to be an interesting concept. As of now, it's really popular internationally. It's been going on in Asia and Europe for a long time. We were in Brazil, my teammates and I, about a month and a half ago, and there were 30 million people that tuned in on their national network to watch the championship game. So that's like Globo TV is their national network over there, and it was a 12 p.m. game on a Sunday. So there's a buzz about it around the country and around the world now. USA has not caught up as much. They've been involved since 2012. But there's a lot to be done in terms of the grassroots effort of getting people to know about it now. It's going to be an Olympic sport. So that's been going on that side. And then there's a pro circuit aspect to it too. The operating body is Fiba, like FIFA for soccer. This is the International Federation body. There's tournaments based on different varying point levels and competition levels all around the world. So not too many. There's none in the USA now. And so that's the issue, is we need to start getting some of these tournaments up and running in the USA so more people can compete and learn about the sport. But that's going to be the process. Yeah,
absolutely. And
sounds cool.
Yeah, and you were saying obviously there's 3-on-3 basketball in the big three that people know with some NBA players, but this is really its own sport as far as different rules and how the game is played.
Right. It does its own rules. So they wanted to keep it as kind of a street ball game.
Yeah.
From streets to the Olympics is FIBA's tagline there, and that it's a physical game. It's on an outdoor sport court. It's 3 guys. You have 1 sub, and it's by 1s and 2s, and it's a 10-minute running clock or first to 21. So it's a high-level game. The main wrinkle about it that you wouldn't be used to playing 3-on-3, at the park or the playground your whole life. 3-on-3 is a common game. We've all played pickup hoops before. Is that normally after a made basket, you check it up, right? Okay, it's 5-4, here we go, ball's in. In this game, as the ball comes through the hoop, after the offensive team made it, all you need to do is clear it past the 3-point line. So essentially just like a missed shot.
So no stoppage and checking it in or
exactly,
like
no stop ball. So the ball comes through the hoop, Jesse, you make a layup over me in the post, which is tough to do because I'm an active post defender.
Yeah.
I'm fighting around the front, I'm making it tough to get in. I'm making you catch it out of your sweet spot, and I'm forcing you to weak hand. I'm thinking that, you still make it on me, okay?
Yeah.
Ball goes through the hoop, I take it out now, and I just can whip it to my teammate who's behind the 3-point line, and he can put a shot up, and now I'm boxing out for the rebound, right? If that goes in, you can grab the ball and dribble it out, pump it, whatever, go in, make a layup, and so it's non-stop. So the conditioning is very different, and the strategy is very different. 12-second shot clock, and as I said, by 1s and 2s, so very statistically different, from the 3-point line.
And it almost seems in that type of game that your strategy, when you're on defense, you still have to be thinking about your offense at the same time. Where, like you said, the shot goes up, someone's already positioned themselves in the corner to look for their own shot.
Exactly right. And so there's something to be said there about maybe not chasing offensive rebound. If your man's down there, you're right. You space out right to the corner, bang.
Yeah.
On free throws, we're sprinting to the corners. You're sprinting around. So the game pace is so fast. You're exactly right. The transition in possessions is so frequent that you're off in offense and defense. And then, as you get the rebound and you're trying to clear the ball, I'm essentially kind of keeping you in, right, towards the basket until you get past the line. I can burn time there, and then we flip around, we're playing normal.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different strategies around it.
The only question I have is who in FIBA came up with from the streets to the Olympics?
Yeah, is that a hard no? That's a hard pass.
That's a hard pass. If I've heard one.
I think
it's the concept of everything in terms of increasing your intellectual ability to strategize for basketball. Amazing.
Yeah.
But can they strategize on their tagline? Because I know from the streets to the Olympics, they could do better. Come on, FIBA, come on, man.
You might need to be the new marketing.
I mean, it's something I'm sold. It sounds really, really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Obviously very different from what you play through, how you play through.
Right.
just need a new tagline. That's all.
That's all.
I'm sold. That
Word to Fiba. I'll send him an email.
Yeah,
Come on,
we'll look for a new
Come
tagline for Fiba. But obviously you have taken part in some of these tournaments and you played. What's mentioned 30 million people watching it.
Yeah, in Brazil.
30 million.
That's crazy. So like some perspective on that.
Yeah.
In the U.S., the Super Bowl was 110 million viewers.
Wow.
Okay, so Brazil I think has about 200 million people. U.S. about 350. So you scaled that up another 33%. You're looking at damn near half the Super Bowl viewers. That's incredible.
That's unreal. So you're big in Brazil then?
Oh God, my following in Brazil is tremendous. If I could only remember my Brazilian product lines, I could make some advertising money every once in a while, but
yeah.
I can't roll my R's well enough. But no, we had a great time there. That was really great. My teammates were just competed in one of the World Tour Challenges in South Korea, so they were over there this weekend. They didn't pull it out, unfortunately, but those type of things are going on now, and it'll be great as the U.S. kind of gets more involved and gets more notoriety around it,
yeah.
and the real wealth of basketball talent around the U.S., which is. It's incredible. It can really start coming to the top. People have a new platform now to show their skills professionally, to make money, and then for a chance to be a USA national champion, and go to compete in the Olympics.
And become a medalist,
right?
Potential gold medalist,
right? And so next weekend, I was telling you about this earlier, Jesse. Next weekend
yeah.
is the actual national championship, and so this happens once a year. Last year, my teammates and I were fortunate enough to win this in April. It's at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, and you have about maybe 30 teams or so. There's different qualifiers that lead you to being able to compete in that. And the winner of that is, gets the Team USA for the calendar year, the next 12 months. And the winner of that tournament in 2020, it will be the representative of the U.S. So you're literally gonna have a play-in. You're gonna have a play-in for the Olympic spot. Like, that's wild. This is a 10-minute game.
Yeah.
I mean, this is first to 21. This is check the ball up. This is like anybody can win.
10 minutes to have the chance to be a gold medalist.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Or go be an Olympian.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where to open that up, and you don't have to be, an NBA player playing full time,
Yeah.
Where's your game?
Yeah, no, that's incredible. We mentioned,
Yeah.
we mentioned how you played at Princeton, and
Right.
obviously I think a lot of those principles of what people know about the Princeton offense and cutting and movement, those things seem to translate to the 3-on-3 game pretty well.
They do, and if you think about it, there's no help side here, right? We don't have any weak side, So 3 guys on a half court. If you think of the spacing in the NBA, they set the rules up so those guys have driving lanes. Obviously, we want to see those dunks, no 3 in the key, no defensive. But with 3 guys, there's no help side. If you drive, everyone has to stay at home. So it's one-on-one. There's a lot of kind of mano-a-mano matchups there, just naturally happening. And it's fast-paced.
Yeah,
It's almost
absolutely.
like a shot clock. So
Interesting. I gotta see
it
this.
is.
Yeah, Nican, how would you feel playing in a game like
I
that
don't know, man.
compared to
I mean,
what you played in before?
Compared to, there's a lot of hand checking. I get to grab somebody, it sounds like. I get to
Like we were talking
check
about.
somebody. So
More old
it's,
school hoops.
it's some super old school playground, not necessarily
it
from the
takes-
streets to.
Not the tagline, but it does
tagline.
bring you the kind of old feeling of playing on the
feeling
playground.
of playing on
right,
the playground,
right.
though it sounds a little more fast paced.
Right.
You take away the checking the ball up and going.
And it's
going
exciting.
again.
You see
It's
these
kinda
point swings are
yeah.
unreal. So we beat. We're in this tournament, Gigantes Day 3x3, and 3x3 is what Fiba goes by the way, too. Not 3-on-3.
3x3,
That's the
yeah.
new branding as well. I
3x3.
don't know if you were gonna let that one keep.
I'm gonna have to think about that one.
They do have a cool
I kinda
logo.
like that,
They
so
do
you
have
gotta
cool
brand it a
logo
certain
with,
way, yeah.
3 facing each other and an X in the middle. But yeah, that's the 3x3. That's the thing. They think 3-on-3 has been played out. That's on the park. This is 3x3, the professional circuit sport.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Try something new.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. I gotta see, because this is my first time.
Right, yeah,
This.
and so it's on YouTube, you can check out, but I think what will be so fun and interesting is as the game gets more popular is, you just get pinged to your phone, 10-minute game, USA, Serbia, you click on it, and you get to see, this broke down game. A lot of our digestion of sports now is no one sits down and watches the full game, right? It's a lot of our phones.
Highlight culture.
Twitter,
Highlight culture,
Instagram, blah,
and that community-based, chatter about it is a lot of times more appealing than watching the full game and seeing a team come back and things like that. And so you can
I'm interested to see how America will, European markets, international markets are very different than American markets.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Interested
right,
to see
exactly.
if soccer, even after soccer/football, are
Football,
over the years in the World Cup have tried to advance and so on and so forth, and have done decently well, minus this upcoming World Cup. Shame on you guys. If they've had a hard time even marketing themselves, I just wonder how this is gonna go. As
you don't know.
we discussed earlier,
we have a star base. I think America has a star base factor. Like LeBron's got to be half the NBA's revenue. You know what I mean? If you really think about it, at the end of the day, I mean, without him, for star players, that's what people watch the whole sport for. You know what I mean? I think, but this is there's definitely a fan base, for everything that appreciates the game and the sport, and I think it's so high energy, and these point swings are incredible. You see, you can bang a three, get a quick turnover, hit again, another three. These possessions can sometimes be 1 to 2 seconds long.
Yeah.
So you have 30 seconds left. These got 3 possessions. You know what I mean? But there's a chance for 6, 7.
And that could be something, like you said, that could be appealing to today's fan, where it is such a fast-paced and quick game.
Yeah.
Where someone who might not be looking for 2.5 hours
to watch something, right?
Yeah, they got 5-10 minutes potentially for one game.
Yeah, and just tune right in. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like something different than basketball, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's a different sport.
There's basketball, and there's 3-on-3, and there's 3x3. You've got dunks, you've got behind the back dribbles, passes, all this highlight stuff that happens in basketball. But this seems like it takes on a life of its own.
It is. And learning how to play is an acquired, game. The conditioning is different. Man, we were with all these college players at the NCAA Final Four in San Antonio a few weeks back. They had the first ever 3-on-3 national tournament with a couple graduating seniors from around 32 different conferences. A lot of money on the line, and even these guys that were in amazing shape, these 22-year-olds, I was like, sheesh.
Yeah.
Woo, do you remember when we used to be 22? It was nice, 21.
But it changes the aspect of the game.
It changes,
that level.
Yeah, that level. Even with these guys in the best shape, just coming off their season, they it was a completely different breathing. They were exhausted, but it's fun, and if you can grind it through and see it, there's a lot of big highlight plays to be had.
Yeah, no question. We'll definitely look forward to 3x3 upcoming in the Olympics, and obviously the World Championships we're talking about. We've got a limited amount of time, so let's switch to the NBA.
Yeah,
we know the NBA playoffs just began. In a lot of intriguing matchups, we've already seen on the first weekend of the NBA, LeBron's first Game 1 loss in 6 years. Nican's Warriors taking down the shorthanded Spurs, and just a lot of intriguing matchups going on. So what do you guys see?
That's the new Spurs. I mean, Kawhi is as good as gone, right?
He's not even with the team. So
Kawhi's a nice offseason pick. Like, let me say, honestly, would you rather have Kawhi or LeBron in an offseason pick right now? I guess if you're trying to build a franchise, we're going to ship that year. But even if you're trying to win a ship that year, to be honest,
everything's always relative based on.
Still going LeBron.
Based on.
He still got there. I mean, for him to still command that answer is impressive.
I would still say LeBron, but if we're talking about the long-term view, LeBron is going to be 35 next year, 34 next year.
Yeah, but sorry, he's Benjamin Buttoning.
He's unbelievable. But yeah, if you're talking about the amount of money that you want to spend for a guy over 5-6 years, Kawhi is theoretically entering his prime right now. So.
Is there a lot of insight into that? With the whole Popovich and Kawhi?
They're not saying too much.
They're like the really good organization that doesn't let it out. They're like no drama, no reality.
They keep it kind of divided, which is good for them, because that takes away from everything else
and all the stuff that they can run with, right?
So it's when Kawhi is ready, Kawhi will be ready. I'm not saying I'm with him or against him. When he's ready, he'll be ready, or he won't be with the Spurs, one of the two.
Right.
Which will suck.
I think that'll be really interesting, because he has the player option for next year, and then the Spurs have the option to basically give him a contract extension on July 1st, right when the summer begins. So who knows what's going to happen where he's not even with them on the bench during the playoffs.
The players have written. The players have written him off.
Yeah, Ginobili said he's not coming back.
He's not coming back.
Yeah, Ginobili.
The Raptors, I just want to say, are not going to make it out of the second round. The Raptors are not going to make it out of the second round. They're not.
Who are the potentials for next round?
Well, all goes according to plan, despite Cleveland's loss today, it would be Toronto-Cleveland, because Cleveland's the 4, Toronto's the 1. So, I mean, I tend to agree with that. It's kind of you have to see it to believe it. We haven't seen it from Toronto. Granted, they've changed up their offense. They have a better bench, but I mean, LeBron's been to the finals 7 straight years. So.
7 straight. He's going to make it 8 this year. The loss today. Against, I'm sorry, who did they play? Oh, boy.
Indiana.
Thank you. The loss today against Indiana doesn't mean a darn thing. Okay?
Well, look, I'll tell you this. Taking it easy towards the end of the season, like, the Cavs have done this for a while now, right? Where they take it easy and then they turn it on. We all know. Some people that don't believe it, we all know he's going to, and they do. But, like, still, losing game 1 in the playoffs is concerning.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, especially if you lost by 18. So, like, they definitely need to adjust. The thing is, we've grown so accustomed to LeBron coming through and adjusting, and we know that's what's going to happen. So they're going to adjust. They might even win in 5 now, but
I call it 6.
6 games.
They call it 6.
But they've taken long roads in the playoffs in the past. They've done that. They've gone 7-7, maybe 7, I think.
Different team though, younger guys, younger bench, very inexperienced.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I still think it's going to be 6. Indiana's going to push them. Indiana's dangerous.
The East is interesting this year, just because of the struggles that the Cavs have had. They're more so than they've been in the past years, despite the drama that they've had in years past as well. But you have Boston, who's still competitive, but without Kyrie now. You got Philadelphia, who seems like they should be a few years away,
Too young.
But they look great. They've won 17 in a row now. Embiid is, he'll be back in a game or 2. It seems like they have.
He's gonna be a seamless transition.
They have like a paved road to potentially to the conference finals if they play at the level they've been playing at.
Exactly. If they can overcome their youth, because there were times yesterday. The first half yesterday they were mostly down high single double digits.
Yeah.
Of course they turned it on at the end, and you've got this beginner's luck that happens.
Right.
Where we're going to turn it on in the end. We don't have Embiid. We've got a home crowd. We've got all these different things add up and build up to them winning. You now have to do that for the next, I still think, about 6 more games.
Against Miami.
You have to do that against Miami. And Miami, though they haven't sniffed the playoffs in a while, they still have guys that are experienced. Right, so what we're talking about now is inexperience in the playoffs versus experience.
Right.
That's a
more
rookie.
of a chess. The playoffs is more of a chess match.
It's completely
the game can be. It's not like the grind of a full season. You're talking about small pieces here. You're talking about laser focused strategies.
Yeah.
Every tempo of the game, every aspect can be controlled, and so it's the older guys. It starts even out that that age difference doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
In a moment to moment basis, D Wade can still get up and hammer on anyone if he needs to in the last second just as much as anyone else. So it makes that's interesting. But it's fun, man. The NBA, the NBA, how exciting right now. Just to have a team like the Sixers, how freaking fun are they?
Well, also like the weight that the
Young
Sixers have had.
like
All the critiques about the process and whether it worked or not.
I trust it. I'm a believer.
I mean, at this point, Fultz is back. He's actually playing pretty well, and they have Simmons obviously and Embiid and Sarge and. However the very rough road it got to get there, it's finally paid off for them.
Now they just have to keep understanding it's game by game. It's almost like when you play preseason in college, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get to league and everybody has scouted. We know how you play.
Right.
We know how you play.
Right.
I mean, the same thing. The league has 82 games.
Yeah.
We have some fun. We try to make some runs. We know how you play.
Yeah.
And the thing is that none of these guys, save JJ Redick,
right,
have really, really, really been a part of that kind of environment to where we know how you play. So they're done in 6.
Okay, I mean I'm
bold.
I'm gonna go the complete other way. I know you. They're gonna be in the conference finals, and they're gonna go 6 and lose to Cleveland in the conference finals.
Ooh.
That's my prediction.
All right.
What do you see with Philadelphia?
I like that. I'm rooting for that to happen.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the young versus the old here, and I don't think there's no way to get it done against season 15 LeBron.
No, I don't think so.
Season
either.
15 LeBron's like retroactive unlock cheat code.
Yeah.
10 years.
All right. So really quickly, who do you have coming out of the East, and who do you have coming out of the West? Who do you have winning the championship? Just. I
can already tell you what his answer is.
It's quick. We know who's coming out of the West. There's no debating that.
Well, there is debating that.
I don't care what you say about Houston. There's no debating that.
Yeah, no,
I'm sorry, there's debating.
They're going to get it done.
Warriors are going to get it done. They're in playoff mode. Coming out of the East, I want for Celtics to come out.
Yeah.
I think
It'll be a
Cavs
story.
are going to come out.
Okay, and Dan, how about you?
It's Cavs Warriors.
Yeah.
Let's do
Part
it.
4. Yeah.
Part 4. But like the battles and roads are going to be tough.
Oh, yeah.
You have a Game of Thrones type of setup here. There's monster hitters, you know.
Yeah.
OKC, you know what I mean? Like there's just people that can come on. But either way, Rockets Warriors is going to be. That is going to be basketball pornography.
Yeah,
That's going to be high scoring, fun, elevated hoops, and then you'll see some battles in the West this year, East this year that we haven't seen traditionally, which will be nice.
There's a lot of good young talent. We saw that on display with Oladipo and the star that he's become. But before we wrap up, we want to just quickly talk about the Knicks. They have their job opening. Who should be the coach? There's so many candidates.
Mike Woodson.
You want Woody back?
I want Woody back.
Who else is around there?
We've got Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, David Fizdale, David Blatt.
None of them have
See,
a
David
dark
Blatt.
goatee like Mike Woodson.
David
Mike
Blatt's
Woodson's
my
coming
guy.
back.
That's a
Princeton
Princeton.
guy,
That's
yeah.
a Princeton brethren. He's won mad championships in Europe. He's proven we all know he has the basketball IQ. You know what I mean? That was a tough situation. LeBron said no, whatever. David Blatt is a proven guy already. You know what I mean? He has won championships. Basketball's basketball. That's still high level over there. So I'm rooting for him. Always.
Okay.
Woody and the mustache. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah, Woodson was already campaigning basically that he would want to come back.
Just saying.
I will say I think that's
Dark.
a tough thing to bring someone back who's already been there. At least that recently. We know Van Gundy was in the 90s or in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
With Woodson, he did have the 54 win season where they were the 2 seed, but then the year after they kind of bottomed out and didn't come back with it. So it'll be interesting. I think that all of those guys are good options, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
I would love to see him change his offensive philosophy because I think he did a great job establishing culture with the Warriors. But we saw that Kerr kind of unlocked their offense, so I would want to hope to see that he would adjust. But I think he's a New York guy, drafted by the Knicks, came back and played with them later on.
Yeah.
It seems like a natural kind of fit there.
Blatt may not want to even come back to the NBA. Who knows?
That's true. I think he wants another shot though. I think he's ready to
show
go.
me the money, and I think you got enough money to pay him to bring him anywhere for sure. But I think that's the highest level. I think he's still like a guy like that. He wants to prove himself. I don't think he's just gonna say that was a tough situation. There's a zillion other opportunities for him that would work out amazingly.
And he also got fired with a win percentage of 65.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. He actually has a a good resume. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. So before we sign off, Nican and Dan, tell us Nican first, where we can find some of your stuff. What do you Twitter handle, whatever you need.
At Nican Robinson for both Twitter and Instagram. I'm still doing my Slangin' Shorts program on YouTube. We'll be rolling out some more shorts over the next couple weeks. That's it. Slangin' Shorts.
Slangin' Shorts for Nican Robinson at
Slangin'
Nican
Shorts.
Robinson.
I'm following Slangin' Shorts right now.
Yeah. Everyone out there, give it the follow right now. And Dan, how about you? Where can people find you?
Yeah, my Instagram is my only social and LinkedIn presence. It's at Mavraides, Mavraides, and then our team, which is much more interesting, Team USA 3x3. Team USA 3x3, that branding. 3x3 is where
I like that.
Team USA 3x3 is where you can follow us. You know what I mean? Like I said, the team was in South Korea. We're in Brazil, traveling around, trying to document some of that journey, talk about the game.
And you said you can see some of those on YouTube as well.
Yeah. You just go on YouTube and Google anything related, FIBA 3x3. You'll have their channel there that streams everything live. And then right to your phone, which is cool. And you can watch a lot of these old games and reruns.
Awesome.
Me making a lot
Fiba
of shots.
changed the tagline.
Yeah, new tagline, Team USA 3x3. So that's going to wrap it up. Dan, Nican, thank you guys so much. Yeah, let's cheers our empty glasses.
I got enough.